You're listening to Passages, a podcast about great quotes, life, and the wisdom of the Bible. And now your hosts, Drew Kaiser, Jason Pulliam, and Tim Layton.
Hello. It never gets old.
I am John Andrew Bar Andy, and I have with me Tim, Jason, and Patrick. We're all here. It's great to be here tonight.
It sure is.
Been an eventful day.
And we've got this beautiful new studio set up. Our mics are mounted in the center of the table. I'm not tangled up in a cord. It's kind of nice. And Drew,
nice.
you've kind of handed over the production here. You've got to feel a little free sitting over there.
Well, I do. It's always been my hope that Patrick would be our actual producer, not just come sit in every once in a while. And so he's taken over the controls of everything.
This could be a disaster.
Take this podcast down or take it up.
No
it's
way.
up to him.
No. I think this takes us to podcast gold.
Brings us to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No question about it.
Just having a room where I can stretch and not hit these plastic containers over here is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, there's still a little bit
I guess
of work to do on the studio, but it's almost done.
Has the scanning of the old, I guess, bulletin articles and all, has it begun yet?
It has begun. We'll see how far we get on it.
We made it through 1964 tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't think our listeners have any idea what we're talking about.
If you had seen the studio before, you would have an idea. I was glad to see that the tinfoil hat did survive renovation.
I saved it special for you.
That's good.
We're going to need it tonight, right? We have some conspiracy theories to
I think
discuss.
Patrick's going to bring us a little of that tonight.
I have an actual conspiracy theory.
That you really believe it's
true.
Okay. I'm excited to hear it.
That is true.
We have another bad...
It's not even a theory.
It's not even a theory.
It's just truth.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have another bad preacher clip to go on.
Yeah.
So,
and Drew, you've had a big day.
Had a big day today. I know everybody enjoys hearing about my health problems.
Well, let's make it all about you tonight.
This podcast. We're just going to talk about all my problems. But
we don't have that much time, Drew.
Yeah, was it 2 episodes ago we talked about my surgery?
Yeah,
I think that's right. I had deep brain stimulation where they put an implant into my brain to treat Parkinson's disease. And after the implant, I had to heal up before they could program the device. So today was the day that I went to the hospital and got the device programmed. And it's a long process. I went into Kirkland Clinic. I stayed there about 3 hours. My wife, Julie, was with me. And it's trial and error. They try a setting and then see how I respond. Try another setting. I went in without any of my meds, so the disease full effect was displayed in my body, and they could really see what the device was doing, and it does have a tremendous effect. It is so complicated because there's so many variables involved. First of all, the lead that is in my brain has, I don't know exactly how many, something like 12 contacts. Just picture a stick with little metal contacts all the way around it and going down, and electricity can come out of any one of those in any combination. I'm probably misrepresenting this in some way, but this is the way I understand it. So we tried several different combinations at several different levels of current or wattage. And after 3 hours of that, arrived at one that we're going to try for a while. So it's not perfect. I put a little video up on Facebook and Instagram that I'm afraid is a little deceitful because it looks like I went from really bad to completely at rest. And that's not where I'm at. But you guys noticed coming in tonight, usually when I come in, my medicine is not working and I'm very uncomfortable for most of this podcast. And tonight I'm still getting effects from my treatment. So, I can definitely see a difference. I wanted y'all to see my little remote control. I can control the device right here. I'm not going to show y'all how to use it because you could turn me off and really mess up my day anytime you
Power
wanted to.
you down.
But,
Be like turning C-3PO off.
it's like a little television remote, kind of what it looks like.
It does.
And
or an old cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh, it
does
does
look
kind
like
of
an
look
old
like a
cell phone.
Nokia brick. Yeah.
but for the technology, it looks kind of 1990s.
You know, it really does.
You
You
know,
would think it
we
would
could
have a touch screen on it.
Yeah,
Maybe
no
look like a
touchscreen,
little mini iPad.
But I have two.
Seriously,
different
I
versions.
saw a TENS unit today that looked more technologically advanced than that.
So I'm set at a 3 right now, and I could go up or down. I could change it.
So when when you told us about the surgery, you said that they sort of tried to test to see what the upper limit was. So did they tell you what that number is?
Yeah, when I got up with this combination of contacts, when I got up to say 5, my face tightened on one side. Just like it was weird.
During the surgical procedure, right?
Like it did during the surgery.
Okay,
and then
so
they did that
today,
again
Today we went up that high.
Gotcha.
And I can't tolerate it. I'm glad that was the result, and I didn't wet my pants or something like that.
That would
have
be
been
really good.
That would have been
We're
terrible.
thankful for that.
Yeah.
I thought about doing that. I think I'm going to do this. I want y'all to see. I'm going to turn it off.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off, and let's see what happens. All right, so
you have a slight tremor right now.
all right, it's off.
Oh, I can see the amplitude picking up and the speed of it.
And now your whole arm, because it was just your hand.
I'm not faking that.
And now it's your arm.
I don't believe your face. Yeah.
And it's going sort of side to side. It's more of a wiggle.
Yeah.
And
Hold up on the table here. I can see it. But now I can't remember how to turn this thing on.
oh, great day. I told you not to turn that thing
Here we
off.
go.
Live on the
Come
podcast.
on.
We just shut down Drew.
Great day.
You
I'm
said
back on.
we're
I'm
not turning you
I'm going to
off.
lock this thing up and put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does make a
It was
difference.
interesting because you said it was off, and it took it a second for the effect to where,
Yeah, it's
like,
not.
it wasn't instantaneous, but I could see the amplitude picking up in your tremor.
So there were two sides of the of that.
Yeah.
And there was a left and a right, but you only have
It's for my left side,
So
but the implant is on
theoretically-
the right side of my brain.
So it could control two implants if
could.
that was the situation. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
right.
crazy.
So
a couple of questions. One question I had was, is there any did they give you any warnings about being around electrical currents or anything like that? Like tonight when I saw you with the lapel mic on, I'm like, what if the lapel mic interferes
I didn't
with...
even think about that.
What if it's like my radio in my Mazda, which everything in the world switches?
Like you pick up, don't
Right.
you pick up
every
drive-through
time I go through the
radio?
drive-through,
Yeah.
it's on 4 different stations before I get out. And
I mean, people with pacemakers have to be careful.
I hope
would
this is
think,
a really special frequency
know.
here.
I just
Have
wonder.
you heard that about pacemakers with microphones?
No, not with microphones, just with electrical currents.
They went over
Microwaves, right?
microwaves.
They told me I will set off metal detectors.
Mm-hmm.
They told me not to go in a hot tub,
Mm-hmm.
not to ride a roller coaster or bungee jump.
Can't believe your hot tub life.
No
is
hot
over.
tub ever? What's
No
the,
hot tub above my waist. What's the point?
Well,
I'm not going to
right,
go
but
sit
what-
in a hot tub up to my
but,
waist.
but what's just hot water do?
Hot water's fine. It's just that I guess the temperature is a lot higher in a hot tub.
The length of time
Or
you're
it
sitting in
affects the little box in your chest, the temperature.
I don't know. They just told me no hot tubs.
Yeah.
But we don't need to worry about, I don't know, us running the warmer in the kitchen and causing you problems, or microwave cutting
I don't
on and
think
causing
so.
you problems.
I don't think so.
I
We'll
didn't
see.
know. I mean, you think about it, it's an
Could be.
electrical current going to your brain.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like there would be some warnings about
Well, like
things.
Patrick
Well,
said on
and the
the
other-
last episode,
And not only the electrical current to the brain, but this thing that's sitting here looking like a cell phone
communicates an old cell
is
phone.
communicating to his
Chest.
device.
Yeah.
What else? There's
There's probably
Right.
some For liability purposes, there's probably some encryption involved in this.
Like for a long time,
that remote is paired with that thing in his chest.
Like for a long time, when my neighbor would open their gate, our garage door would go up. I mean, there's those little kind of nuances you kind of worry about.
This is a little bit more sophisticated.
Yeah. We sure expect
Just
it to be.
a little bit more. Yeah.
I just don't want you to be flipping
Thanks
around.
for putting that in my head.
I just don't want you flipping over to Andy Griffith in the evening and like just.
We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to go get my garage door opener. We'll be right back.
So I found an article I want to discuss. Let me get it pulled up here. It talks about our Gen Z friends, and this was a study done by. Let's see if I can find who did the study. This was a study by Halfords, which is a motoring and cycling retailer in the United Kingdom. And the article's name is Anxious Gen Z Calling the Experts to Change a Light Bulb. And in this study, there's a few things we'll talk about, but it said 1 in 5 younger adults, and I think I read where it said they surveyed 2,000 people age, whatever Gen Z is. I guess that's age 18 to 27.
1997 to 2012.
Okay, so that's about right. They said that anxious Gen Z, 1 in 5 younger adults admit they do not know what a spanner is. And I had to look up because we're not in the United Kingdom, obviously. A spanner is a wrench. It's just United Kingdom talk.
I was going to say, I don't know what a spanner
they just call
is
it
either.
a wrench.
Well, because they're weird.
If you can dodge a wrench,
You can dodge a ball.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my mic just
or a
died.
spanner.
Did I just lose my mic?
No,
No.
you're on.
I hear you.
I'm not getting okay.
Loud and
Maybe
clear.
my
Your
connection
headphones.
here is bad. Yeah. So they said also that they also seek help for even the most basic household tasks. Let's see here. Let's talk about some of the things they said. Young adults are increasingly hiring people to do basic do-it-yourself chores such as changing a light bulb, cleaning their car were 2 things they talked about.
Changing a
Broadly,
light bulb.
it found that those age 18 to 27, broadly Gen Z, were more likely to pay a professional to carry out basic tasks around the home or the car. Here's some of the statistics. Nearly a quarter of Gen Zs and millennials, those aged 28 to 44, admitted that they could not change a ceiling light bulb. Of those, 20% who took this survey said that going up a ladder could be too dangerous. 1 in 5 of 21% of Gen Zs did not know what a wrench was, and 1 in 10 said they would call in a professional to hang a picture. Wayne Perry, who represents this, said the trend is a decade ago for do-it-yourself disaster television programs had contributed to a lack of confidence. One thing I read.
Whoa, do-it-yourself disaster?
I don't know what
Like
shows they're talking
DIY
about.
disaster where
I guess.
he tried to put the light bulb in, but look at how terrible it is now. The house collapsed all around the
Look
light
at the rubble
socket.
of the
There's
after the
literally
fire.
an HGTV show called DIY Disaster. It had 3
Okay.
seasons, came out in 2007.
Okay,
And
so
this
maybe
has
that's what it's-
made 2 entire generations unable to
Change a
Change
replace
a
light
light bulb.
bulbs.
So
Maybe there were more of these where they have spanners in England or something. Maybe there was more
Yeah.
English shows like that or something.
he
I don't
said
know.
of the people interviewed, done in the survey, just 70% could identify a flathead screwdriver, while only 40% could identify a jack, like you would use to jack up your car. When shown images of 5 items to choose from, compared with 87% of baby boomers and 88% of those 79 and older. Let's see here. Just 57% of Gen Z said they even knew how to add air to a car tire. Tim, you got that one? I know you're not Gen Z, but can you add air to a car tire?
I can.
I thought about
The question
it.
is,
doesn't
do I
want to.
want
Do you
to?
want to?
That's what I'm wondering some of this is on this survey.
Said even fewer said that they could fit a what they called a windscreen wiper blade. We would call it a windshield wiper.
Yeah.
A task that takes less than a minute with the new blade. Just
And you don't even need a spanner
just
for that.
a third, 35% of them could do it themselves. 44% saying they would have to bring in professionals. Yeah, I had a little word flub there.
There's an H in there.
Well,
A professional.
I tried to let it go, and I saw you get tickled, and then I looked, and he's tickled. So anyway, guys, our Gen Z, we all have children that are coming up in the world. We need to teach them how to do some of these things.
Hey, before Kinley.
For one thing, they may be able to start their own business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, charge people to come change light bulbs.
Hey, before Kinley was allowed to drive, before she turned 15, she had to change the oil in a car and she had to change a tire
See, that's
By
teaching
her-
them right.
by herself.
Yeah.
No help.
Mhm.
She had to lift it,
Yeah.
lift the
good.
tire.
Yeah.
She had to jack the car up all by herself.
That's the way. I think it's a good teaching.
She's probably forgotten all of it, but I can't say I didn't
But
teach
she
it
could
to her.
figure it out. She
Yeah.
could figure it out. Because
Well,
ASAP is not always readily available.
When it comes to
That's why you gotta
washing
get it
the
out to
car,
the
I think
interstate.
was one of the things you listed, and of course the light bulb. I don't know what's going on with the light bulb thing, but the car wash, that's definitely a laziness issue.
I run mine through
I mean-
a car wash all the time.
And I wondered, is that what it means, or does it mean they
I think
hire
hand
somebody
washing.
to detail
Hand
their
washing,
car?
yeah. Hand washing
mean-
is what I think I saw. I let mine get washed anytime the Lord sends rain. Sometimes I'll run out there with a little soap squirted on the top, hope it rinses off good and even.
It's a matter of faith with you.
Yeah, that's a good way to think of it. But we've got to do a better job of teaching these kids some things. They said that one of the biggest fears about changing the light bulb was stepping on a stepladder and the risk of falling, which I have fallen off of a ladder in this building, and it's an uncomfortable thing to do. But I will still get on a ladder. And number two, the light bulb being hot. Well, I hate to tell you this.
If it needs changing, how's
If
it going to be
it's
hot?
not been on,
And it's hot.
it's not going to be hot. Just common sense, right?
LEDs also change that
Yeah,
factor.
not really hot at all. Yeah. So anyway, I'm a little disappointed, and of course, in the baby boomers and then the World War II generation, like 90% of the people surveyed that they could find still breathing in that World War II generation knew how to do everything,
Sure.
which makes sense.
They had to do it.
The greatest generation, but guys,
If we teach our kids some basic skills, they'll be running the world.
show your kids how to use a screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a spanner, or a wrench.
And I also wonder if American kids are as inept as the UK. This was a UK survey, right?
Have you seen them? They got
I've
their
seen a
nose in a
few.
phone all the time.
Yeah.
They know how to operate this. They could reprogram your remote that goes to your chest.
I don't know.
Really?
Kids coming out of college these days at work, they're
not real great.
not really. It's kind of interesting how much you have to teach them like how to use a computer and do stuff like that
But they don't even teach typing anymore,
they
Patrick.
don't. That's true. Well, because you can't type on a keyboard with your thumbs unless it's on your phone.
That is true. But anyway, that's what I was
Sad
bringing
state of
tonight.
affairs
It is
in
a little
America
scary
right now.
Patrick, you want to talk conspiracy theory?
Oh, I got one.
Take it away.
got
Okay, hang
one.
on. I got to
Hold on
go
a
get my hat. I'll be right back. I'm actually not leaving this time.
We'll play the theme song while you're gone.
This is Jason's favorite part. Listen to the song.
Better keep it down, 'cause the walls are thin and the word is out now.
Be careful, you're going to crush it.
All right, Jason is donning his Peter Pan or Napoleon now.
He's ready now.
going to like
Napoleon.
a British admiral.
Yeah.
I like it that way better. Yeah.
All right, so Jason, we've had a little bit of disagreement on some conspiracies on
Absolutely, we have.
the show.
I mean, you were wrong, but it was still a
I'm
disagreement.
going to bring you one that I think is totally true.
Okay, and I'll probably believe it.
So here's the conspiracy.
Okay.
Mattress stores, money laundering fronts.
Oh, no doubt. 100%.
So here's my evidence. In Leeds, Alabama, I'll start here, a city of about 12, 13,000 people.
Yep.
According to Google Maps, there are 4 mattress stores in Leeds.
okay, there's one over there by the Little Caesars.
Mm-hmm. That's Beds Express.
There's one downtown.
That's the Overstock Mattress place.
Okay, now where are the other two?
Standard Furniture.
Oh, I forget about those places.
Yeah.
And the
there's
other
that
furniture
Farmer's
store. Farmer's Furniture.
There's
Yeah.
4 places in Leeds that sells.
So do you think the
mattresses.
actual furniture stores that also sell mattresses are part of this, or is it the standalone mattress stores?
I might give the furniture stores a pass because they sell other things.
Yeah,
But just pure mattress stores,
absolutely.
I think they're money laundering front.
I think you're absolutely right.
Just drive through like Irondale over there by the Walmart. There's like 3 of them in the little shopping center surrounding it.
Yep.
There's no way that people are buying enough mattresses to keep those places paying rent at the rate they would need to pay rent in some of these places.
So who's running them? Who's laundering the
I
money?
don't
Is
know.
this mob?
Is it the mob?
I will say there's a mattress store next door to the Starbucks that I go to a lot in Greystone.
See?
All right.
No,
They
that
are-
place needs some
I
laundering.
pay attention to them only because they won't let you park in front of their building.
To go into Starbucks.
And of course, and nobody's ever parked.
Always empty.
there. It's always empty, which
See?
means they don't have any customers
Money laundering
ever.
front.
And have you noticed they all of them have the exact same flags,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they're always having a sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Always
are.
have a sale.
However,
What kind of
Here's-
flag are you
here's
talking
some
about? Like the American flag? Or
No,
what?
like
like
those
those
banners that stand
oddly
up and
shaped
blow.
vertical-
And some of them have the men that do.
Right,
Like, you
I
can
was
see
gonna
me
bring the
right
man
now.
up.
They're doing this.
the inflatable floppy man.
I love the inflatable floppy man.
Okay, so why
We have one
That's
at our
why-
house.
That's a favorite
Yeah.
at the Leighton house.
Why
We
would
have
you
one
put
at
one
our
of those
house,
out?
actually.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Why would you put one of those out if you're a front? They're trying to attract people into the store with the inflatable floppy man.
No, that makes them look like they're trying to.
Arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Hi, I'm Al Harrington, president and CEO of Al Harrington's wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man emporium and warehouse.
That guy. That's who I'm talking about.
Do you know why they're there? Because one of the I guess it's the mob that's laundering money through there, heard that made it look like a true storefront.
Yeah, they got to make it look real, Drew. Like, I mean,
So how does it work? Somebody comes in and quote unquote buys a mattress, but really they're
I think they can make their books look like they sold any amount of mattresses. Who's going to check them on it?
Do you think they stuff the mattresses full of cash?
Oh, good question. I wish they would deliver one to my house full
Yeah.
of cash.
Yeah.
My guess is the mattresses they pick up at the thrift store. They're not
Ooh,
even new
used
mattresses. Yeah.
Oh man.
I bet they don't even they just wrap them in plastic.
do people do money laundering anymore in the digital age?
I have no idea. It's all Bitcoin now.
Did you say Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't even know what that really is.
I don't either. But, I sure don't know what Bitcoin is.
Did I say Bitcoin?
I don't think you
Bit-
put any
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin in a mattress.
I wish I'd known what it was about 5 years
right,
ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Apparently.
convinced that they are. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think they are.
Mhm.
And if you've ever seen the guy at the one in downtown, it's pretty close to a little sandwich eatery over there. I notice he comes in and out of the sandwich eatery multiple times with a cup from the sandwich place, and he gets refills out of their drink machine, and I don't ever see him charge him.
Oh.
I'm disinclined to believe a conspiracy theory of
No.
any kind. However, I have wondered how these places survive.
yeah.
I mean,
Money
that guy
laundering.
may get those eternal free refills because he's in the mob.
It could be.
And they're
Well,
afraid
is-
to die.
is he- Well,
is
or-
he providing protection to 3-eared rabbit?
I bet it is.
I bet
And
it
I
is.
bet if they don't pay up, he doesn't just come in and get a refill. He breaks their thumbs.
Exactly.
Oh,
I've bought mattresses from that guy.
mattresses, multiple.
Yeah.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you
Were you
feel
laundering
did you
money?
feel coerced to buy it, or
No, I mean,
Were
every
they-
once in a while, a guy's got to buy a mattress.
Were
Y'all
they
are acting
clean-
like this is crazy. Have you never bought a mattress?
Hey, were they cleaning your dirty
I mean, is
preacher
it-
money? That's what I want to know. Were they cleaning the dirty preacher money?
Oh, no.
Is it that weird that I bought 2 mattresses for my children to sleep on? Have you ever bought a mattress, Tim?
I have bought a mattress. In fact, to just provide an alternative thought on this,
I think we need some counterpoint.
I bought a mattress similar to the one that Patrick
Yeah.
bought
Yeah.
because we've compared notes, and
Wait, you've laid on Patrick's mattress?
I've not laid on
No.
his mattress,
Oh.
but I've heard things about his mattress.
You have
That
lain.
didn't-
Oh, I
Have
apologize.
Anyhow,
Yeah, I got a C in grammar.
so
Maybe.
the point that I was going to make is based on how much I paid for that mattress, there doesn't always have to be anybody in front of the store all the time.
Maybe they only need to sell one a month.
One mattress pays their rent and their salary for the
You
month.
paid their rent for the whole month. I did too when I bought mine a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And Patrick, you seem like the guy that would order a mattress and have it delivered on your front porch.
You know, that is the sort of the counterpoint to this, or not the counterpoint. That's sort of part of the evidence here of why would anyone want to go lay on some mattresses with like in a stranger?
Lie.
Lie on
lay on a mattress.
lie on a mattress.
Lay a quarter on it, or
Yeah, lie on a mattress.
Okay.
With a stranger watching you and asking you how that feels. Right?
Well, because
It is true.
it's the
I'm
one
with
place.
you on that. I don't want to do that.
Well, because it's the one place that you can go and feel what the mattress
okay.
feels like
Right.
before you
Right.
sign
So
your
the-
life
because,
away
yeah, it's
for
a
that
big
mattress
But
to be
you
in your
can't get
house.
comfortable on that mattress. You
No.
can't be laying there in your grippies.
Lying there.
You're not supposed to do that.
I've noticed that this new
I'm
brain.
going to teach you.
I have noticed
if I-
that this new brain thing has affected your grammar police.
If I'm going to spend this much on this mattress, I'm going to be on it the way I'm going to be on it.
You like bring your pillow and a
Sack of
bed-
potato chips.
So my counter to that is are more people ordering online because of social anxiety? Back to Jason's
That's
thing
another
earlier.
possibility.
I have a real problem though with ordering things online that are as important as a mattress when you can't return them. They do have these like guarantees where they'll give you your money back, but I feel like that's just more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah.
I did at least go with the Patrick Burt's recommendation that that I buy the mattresses from the mattress place, but the adjustable bases from Amazon.
Yeah, I got taken.
Yeah,
That was
Just
a good
straight
idea. Yeah.
taken from the mattress store.
He saved me several $100s.
The
doing
problem with the online mattress purchase is, like, let's say you do if you want to sponsor us, Purple Mattress.
Yeah.
It
Or
comes-
Casper.
It comes in
Tempur-Pedic.
this little package that's like a 1 foot cube.
Right.
Yep.
And then you pop the pressure seal on it and it goes,
And it
and
fills
it's
your
a
entire
king
house.
size, it's a California king mattress. And then they're like, just pack it up and send it back to us. It's like,
Yeah,
how?
no. They don't. You don't send it back. They like Purple specifically,
Okay.
and there's one called Casper that I know of that does this. You call like Hannah Home or a thrift store or something that'll come pick it up from your house, and you provide the customer service person with proof you donated it, and then they'll refund your money because they can't resell it.
Does the church bus look like a thrift store pickup truck? Because I mean,
It could.
I mean, we could get a couple of those things
I
going.
don't know, but Patrick's just giving me an idea where to get my next mattress.
Yeah.
Goodwill.
No,
Slept
don't
on
go there.
once. Slept
don't
on
go
You'll
there.
get the return mattress.
You'll get a mattress and bed bugs.
Yeah, and you probably would be safer to
I'll
get
roll
it
the
off the
dice
side
on
of
it.
I-20 where it's blown off a truck going
Yeah.
down the interstate.
Might be more sterile.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things you should never buy at thrift stores. That'd be a great podcast to talk about at some other time.
yeah.
Things
That's a
not
list.
to buy.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a good
gonna,
list.
I'm going to make that note.
Yeah, we got to write some
might
of
be-
the
I'll
ideas
I'll
down.
put a pin in that.
That might be like a good foreshadowing for next week.
Put it right under couch mix.
Couch mix. I'm gonna let
That
me lay this book on the table. Did I get that one right?
Yeah, you did it right.
All right. But if I were to recline on the table, I would be lying on it.
Yes.
I'll never get
You lay objects and people lie.
Well, if he did it yesterday, he would have
Lane.
lain, or we would say he lay on the table.
No
yesterday.
wonder people don't want to learn English. It's
It
just
is
confusing.
I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just trying to teach you the rules.
Jason, lay means to put something down, while lie means to be in a flat position.
Oh, I thought lie was when you didn't tell the truth.
It is.
It's that too.
Yeah, we can't deal with the English language.
Right.
All right, so you guys familiar with AJ Brown?
Do we need
No.
an intro?
Wide
here?
Yeah, let's
receiver?
do a- let's
Wide
do-
receiver?
Yeah, let's do a Yay Sports. Yeah, wide receiver, played for the Titans and currently plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
He's a bit crazy, right?
He's a wide receiver.
A little bit
he
of a
has
diva.
has some wide receiver tendencies.
Did he,
But what I wanted to bring up is a story from this.
did he play at Georgia? Am I remembering that he played college ball at Georgia?
Ooh, that's a good
What's the
question.
name
I'm going to
again?
look it
Seems
up.
like there was
AJ
an
Brown.
AJ
It could be.
played for Georgia.
No.
No, you're thinking about the one that played for the Bengals.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
I can't remember.
He was really good too.
Yeah.
All right, so
This guy played at Mississippi.
okay, so Drew, I want to tie this in to your new book, right?
Oh, thank you.
So which is currently available out now on Amazon
or Riddle Creek Publishing
or Riddle Creek. Absolutely. And the reason that I want to share my story in reference to your book is we just need that one moment for your book.
Mm-hmm.
Product placement.
Oh, yes.
A great opportunity.
I place it under the shorter leg of my table.
That's product placement.
You know,
that's
right.
what that is.
Anybody that comes by your table. It's
not rocking anymore. I'm just kidding, Drew.
So if you're not familiar with this story, Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles played the Green Bay Packers in a playoff game. And in a very interesting move, there was a shot of A.J. Brown on the sidelines reading a book. And so, normally these days, when the team that's not on the field's on the sidelines, they often have a tablet and they're looking at the plays, but
wide receivers don't need to do that though.
No. And this book was entitled, because they did a close-up on it, of course, was a book from a guy named Jim Murphy, who was a self-help author and a former minor league pitcher, and it's entitled Inner Excellence. Because the little known book by the mental skills coach was listed number 1 on Amazon's bestsellers list as of Monday morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so they interviewed the author, and he says, "I was not expecting that. A real gift." Murphy said, he told the Associated Press by phone on Monday, "I looked at Amazon last night and it got to number 1, so that was a surprise. It had probably never been higher than maybe 8 or 9,000. In the thousands somewhere. 9,000? Keep going. Down, way down. The book took the top spot on the trending list after previously being ranked 523,497.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So I'm saying there's a big old chance. So that jump earned it another top spot on the market's movers and shakers list. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So now here's what Brown said about it. It said that he said he was basically telling them that he wasn't frustrated or whatever. Brown said Sunday that his sideline read had nothing to do with his frustration over his lack of involvement in the offense. He finished only with 1 catch for 10 yards on 3 targets, and added that he turned to the book to refocus and lock in despite what may transpire in the game, good or bad. "I wasn't frustrated at all. I figured that's what y'all probably thought," Brown said after the Eagles' 22-10 victory over the Packers. "Why do you always think I'd be frustrated? Dang, I like to read." So he was reading a book on the sidelines. And
I don't know why we think he'd be frustrated.
He said, "Why do you think?" I listen, I'm just reading the quote. He said what he said.
So who are celebrities around here that
he
we
probably
could
laid
get
down
Drew's
on the
book?
sidelines?
That's
we
right.
need to get Drew's book into the hands.
That's right. We need to think about who needs that book.
We need Leeds'
Right.
favorite son, Charles Barkley, to come home.
Yes. And he
when
needs come back on
and Charles needs some sufficient grace.
What if they're
yes, he does.
What if Charles on the set of Inside the NBA just happened to
when the camera goes on?
Oh man,
he acts like he doesn't know it's time yet. Whoops!
And sits his book down.
Just a split second, you see the cover, and he sets it down, and then you got to have the interview afterwards. Sir Charles, what were you reading during the break there?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that.
I'll be reading during every commercial break.
That one wasn't a direct quote.
Everybody always asks me what I be reading. Let me tell you.
Drew's feeling good tonight.
I'll be reading Sufficient Grace, by Drew Kaiser.
Okay, maybe not Charles. Maybe we should come up with somebody
It'd
else.
be available on RiddleCreekPublishing.com. It'd be available on Amazon.
Drew, you are number 123 in chronic pain books on Amazon as of right now.
All right.
Chronic pain.
In chronic pain
That's
books.
Sufficient Grace
That's-
by Drew Kaiser,
that's
published
actually-
by Riddle Creek Publishing.
Pick up your copy
It's a
at
break-
Amazon or RiddleCreekPublishing.com. Or is it there yet?
It's there.
At Riddle Creek
Oh.
Publishing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Has it made it into the local bookstore? Have you talked to them about Sufficient Grace?
They have requested a copy.
All right.
Yes.
They have requested a copy.
Do you have a copy to give them?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to donate mine and order another
Oh,
one.
no.
Yeah. I need to bring mine and get you to sign it on air.
Where is it on Riddle
I think
Creek
I need to go down there and
website?
purchase the copy so that they
It'll
will
be
ask
up
for
soon.
more copies.
I think that's a good. Hey, that is a good thing. So when Drew's book ends up at the Borough in Leeds, go in and purchase it.
Yeah.
Let's get the demand up for this book. And if they sell one copy, maybe they'll put in 2 copies.
Yes, people, go to the Borough Bookstore.
It's a great
Can't
little
believe we're doing
bookstore.
this. It is a great store. I've even thought about asking them if they want to sponsor, which is really cheap for our podcast.
Yeah.
Free.
Go into the book and ask them, do they have Sufficient
there's
Grace
the
by
big-
Drew Kaiser?
Until there's the big moment for our podcast
When we break through.
when like Joe Rogan or somebody mentions it one day, happen to see this, hear this funny story on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the
Yeah,
only
the
way he says
Passages
passages
podcast.
is if he's talking about a hall he went through or something.
And Joe Rogan says, it'd be a good podcast. It'd be a great podcast.
Drew, write this down, Jason. We need a
Okay.
It'd fit in a beat.
we need a
It'd fit to
grammar
break the top 50.
A grammar.
a grammar segment on the show where
Yes.
Drew
Yeah.
just tears somebody apart because of how they said something.
Hey, he kind of
It's
tore us apart
frustrating.
tonight about the whole lie and lay thing.
He did.
It's frustrating. People don't care about grammar anymore. But now I'm getting started.
I hate to tell you this, Drew. No one's ever cared about grammar except for writers and English teachers.
Drew, how do you feel about the pervasiveness of the word "like" in the English language these days?
Like if I were to say, like, how does it like make you feel?
It-
Is that
it
what you
just-
Yeah, you just put "like" in the wrong place.
It reveals ignorance.
Okay.
I can't say that.
How do you really
I
feel,
can't
Drew?
say that I'm not guilty of doing that.
Don't hold back.
Now I'm going to be very
Boy, I'll
self-conscious
tell you one
going
thing,
forward.
when that trimmer's going, it gets rough around here.
So
There
he
may
gets a
be
bit of an
some-
attitude when he.
I'm telling you, this
brain
guy is
fix.
obviously relaxed when he's
We-
not moving all
Drew,
the
did that
time.
thing turn
We
off?
have entered a new phase of the Passages podcast, kids.
Y'all were saying you wanted me to do
Yeah.
one of my rants.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Parents, if your kids are in the car with you, this might be a good time to turn down the radio.
Let me tell you, I think a segment on grammar would be fantastic here on the Passages
Oh, I'm
podcast.
making a list right here.
It's a
Yeah.
public service, is what it is.
You know, I think you should bring us a grammar test. And let's just take it and then you grade it.
Oh no!
I think Patrick would do really well
Oh
on it.
no!
Patrick,
Yeah, I don't know. You excoriated him for saying lie and lay wrong.
well,
We
you
cannot be.
you
We cannot
proofread
be
my
perfect.
book.
Oh, I look.
proofread my
I
book.
look for
You
spelling
found
stuff
some
and
good
words
stuff.
in weird places. Yeah, that's all I did. I did not. If you notice, I did not correct any grammar, and a couple of times I said, "I really don't know if this is a problem or not."
You know, there's so many, getting back to Tim's story, because we need to get back to that. There's so many books on Amazon. There's such a glut of product that unless something like that happens, you're not going to sell anything.
Not unless you've got a national talk show or something that you know, if these national talk show hosts, they're putting out books every quarter, but they've got the audience, they've got,
Yeah.
you've
there's-
got 30 people that listen to this podcast. So
You
we
have
should
to-
at least be able to sell 30 books.
You can't just write a book and put it out there. You have to work, you have to grind and sell that thing. And it's there people are reading less, but there's more to read. And you know, one thing that you really need to do, which I've talked to Patrick about doing this for the Sufficient Grace book, is you need to put an audiobook out because people are listening more than they're reading with their eyes.
Yeah.
I think that counts.
Not with Spotify audiobooks, though. Have y'all tried an audiobook on Spotify?
I thought that was a good deal.
You got to like get the higher subscription.
Well,
or something,
I have
right?
the family full subscription thing.
Yeah.
You get throttled at about 12 or 15 hours of an audiobook listening to it, and they're like, you've used up all your time for your audiobook for this month.
You're kidding.
You can finish next month.
Now, what if you're just
Premium?
working on one
Okay.
book?
Spotify Premium and Audio Books Access subscribers have 15 hours of audiobook listening per month.
That's all I got.
This time is
That's
available to listen to
horrible.
audiobooks from Spotify's catalog of over 250,000 titles.
What's the typical length of a?
The one I'm trying to listen to right now, 17 hours.
Most of them are more than 12
And I
hours.
listened to a 12-hour one earlier this month. And so about 3 hours into this one today, cut off.
So it looks like you
See ya in
can
2 weeks.
purchase an audiobooks access plan.
For $12.99.
Oh, wait, no, you have to cancel your premium plan to do that. So how can you get more books?
Oh,
more
they'll
hours?
sell you another 15 hours for $12.99 after you run out.
purchase more audiobook hours.
Just get Audible.
yeah.
Exactly.
Audible's
Yeah.
a better deal. Audible cuts you off one book a month, right?
Yeah,
But
you
at
can
least
do like
if it's a big book, you can listen to it all you want.
Well, yeah. You buy, like, if you buy the year of Audible, you can do 1 or 2 credits a month. So it's 1 or 2 books a month, and like you air quote own them. You don't really own them, but you
They
can
don't
listen.
cut you off at
Yeah,
15 hours.
it's not a limit on the number of hours.
I was really disappointed when I got in the truck this morning and to drive to work. I mean, 10 minutes, I can knock out a chapter,
Mhm.
hit play, and my phone goes boop. I was like, well, that's weird.
It's a really weird way to
And I
like,
look,
limit
and it's
you.
like, oh, guess I'm not going to listen to this book until February.
I bet that changes. That's not sustainable. If they want to get into the audiobook market, they got to do better. And Spotify knows how to get a piece of the market. I mean, they have cornered the market on streaming music. They're bound to come up with something better.
They got to come up with something better. Back to your story. What's the chance that a story comes out eventually that the author of that book knows A.J. Brown and they work this thing out for a I can't say that word.
Publicity?
That
Stunt?
one. Stunt. Yeah.
You need to put your tinfoil hat back on. That's called a conspiracy theory.
It would seem to be a little bit of a stretch, but I mean, it could happen, right?
I mean, it's possible. I mean,
I
why pick that
do wonder
particular
how he
self?
found that
why
book.
why pick that particular self-help book?
If it was
Absolutely.
that unknown, I looked it up a while ago. It was written in 2020.
And in this room, we have some people who read a lot of books. I've never heard of the author. I've never heard of the book.
No, never heard of it.
And I live in the self-help section, and I've never seen the book.
All right, here's just a little bit about the book, the author. Murphy, a former minor league outfielder in the Chicago Cubs organization, told the AP in an interview Sunday night that his phone started blowing up with text once his book was checked out on an NFL playoff game. After his career ended, Murphy became intrigued with the idea of learning how to teach baseball players how to have confidence under pressure. I spent 5 years full-time writing and researching the answer to that question, Murphy said. That became the book, Inner Excellence. So, yeah, I mean, this particular article from ESPN doesn't.
So it's a sports self-help. It's a little more niche.
So that makes
it's
maybe
a
a little
little
bit
more
more
of a
sense.
niche, and this guy is a self-help guy. So is there some possibility that he was that Brown is a client of his? That could be a. It says he's a mental skills coach. I don't know.
I feel sometimes like
More power
Drew
to
is
him.
my mental
Yeah.
skills coach when it comes to grammar.
Yeah. I'm willing to help. Glad to help.
But the whole point is, we're
takes one moment.
one big placement away from
Mhm.
you shooting up the charts. So,
That's all we need.
Yep.
Sir Charles, reach out.
And
Give
once
you a free copy.
and once we get one of your books up there, then the rest is just.
Oh, it's Just gravy.
More to read from Drew Kaiser, and then off you go.
All right.
I'm excited that they said they put it in their store, though.
Yeah,
you got to get them a copy. Like,
wasn't exactly a promise to put it in the store, but there was a request for a copy.
Well, Drew, as the great Eminem once said, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo.
Is that our passage for tonight?
you gotta lose yourself in the music.
Yeah.
Right? The moment it owns you.
You better lose yourself in the music.
I believe it was the poet.
You better never ever let it go.
Was it the
Marshall
Marshall
Mathers?
Mathers that said whatever Patrick just said?
M. Mathers. Yeah.
All right, back with Bad Preacher, right?
Yeah.
A history left forgotten, a history left unpunished. Miles and miles of white Capri can't make up for that shame. These cotton rules are death-like.
All right, it's time for a Bad Preacher segment.
Put your hand on that television set.
And you wouldn't go about establishing your own kingdom in the video room.
Isn't that something called a moshokodo mazata? Mata totomotondo tiki shakada kapopoto.
Could it be?
I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Could it be?
All right. So tonight I'm bringing a
That's a
clip
good
from Greg Laurie, and he is talking about David on the roof of his palace and looking around the city, and when he spots Bathsheba, and he's quoting the Bible and maybe has a small word exchange. I thought it was humorous. It made me laugh, so I'm sharing it tonight for Bad Preacher. Here we go. Greg Laurie.
Sleeping in, gets out of bed, plays a couple video games, wandering around on his balcony, and he is wiping the sleep from his eyes, and he looks out and sees the beautiful Bathsheba bathing herself. Now, the Bible actually tells us she was a woman of unusual beauty. And the Bible doesn't exaggerate. So the Bible says she was a woman of unusual beauty. Whoops. What can I say?
He tries to play it off.
What can I say? Am I turning red?
I would bet he is.
A woman of unusual booty, yeah. She was attractive. It is interesting, in the original Hebrew, the word to describe beauty is foxido. I made that up. It isn't really. No. Really? Is that true? Yeah. She was.
I'll pause it there. I think that's enough to get the idea.
Why did he keep going?
He just keeps making it more and more awkward.
Foxy.
I mean, it's one thing to have the gaffe and say something dumb. I instead of third earlier, I kind of left the H out, and we had a little word.
Yeah, you didn't kind of leave it out.
So it happens from time to time.
Right.
But why keep
the recovery from a gaffe?
That recovery was a bad joke.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad as one preacher that messes up and he's like, I can't believe I said that. Yeah. You know, where he's getting all high pitched and squeaky, but it's still pretty bad.
And you know, so he was interacting with the audience, right? And and it's sort of like the longer that you let it, that there's a aspect to when you've blown it, and then the audience is cracking up, and then that they sort of help you make it worse if you can't get it back on track, and it's just
Yeah, if he would have just said whoops and then moved on, they would have got over it quicker.
Mm-hmm. But then to come out and say, the original Hebrew was foxido,
which was another, so
he's now coming off the top of his head. He's ad-libbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really cool to say a woman's foxy these days. That's the terminology that the kids are using.
It's like,
foxy
Mr.
lady, you Jimi Hendrix.
You need to stop real quick.
But that clip made me laugh, but he did not handle it very well at all.
I think if you look at
the guy, he handles it. If I was watching it as it's playing, y'all could not see it. He's a little pompous in his presentation about it. He's like, "Am I red?" And he's looking around like like an idiot, basically.
I think he had it coming because of the video game joke. He'd
That was
already
pretty
made a
bad.
bad joke.
Yeah.
He was playing video games because that's funny because he lived a long time ago before video games.
He got up and he wiped the sleep from his eye. We all know that King David had somebody wipe the sleep from his eyes for him, right?
He paid a guy to do that.
He didn't have to wipe the sleep from his own eye, but
you're always going to have a gaffe or two if you're up in front of an audience for a while. I remember
Always
one time,
happens.
Tim, we've done this Wednesday night thing together for a long time, and in the devotional, sometimes these devotionals are hastily put together. I'll be the first to admit this, and I said, "We are blessedly riched." Do you remember that, Tim? And afterwards, people looked at me funny, and I just kind of had a fat tongue that night. And after it was over, I went up to him after services, and I said, "Did I say blessedly rich?" And he nodded, "Yeah."
You're the only one that remembers that now, though, Drew.
Tim remembers
It goes away pretty quick, though, yeah.
I keep bringing it up. That's why people remember it.
I remember one night doing announcements, and it's like, I got through the announcement, and I'm like, it feels like something came out wrong or whatever.
That was recent.
Right? And I think I went and asked Millie, what did I say?
I wish I could remember what you said.
But it was, it was about like that, right?
Yeah.
Flipping the words or something, and yeah.
Oh, if you do any public speaking, you're going to stick your foot in your mouth and say something dumb at some point. But how you react to it makes a huge difference. And that is about as bad of an example as you can get of how to react to that.
Even a rhetorician like Joe Biden has a gaffe from time to time.
Yeah. And when he goes off script, there's a lot of
occasionally.
Did you see him signing? I know we're moving away from Bad Preacher and kind of going back to segment one. Did y'all see him signing a thing for? It was a monument. Where was the monument thing?
The National Monument or something.
It was, and he was like, y'all are going to fill in the dates, correct? He didn't know what day it was. He didn't know what day of the year it was. My guess is he didn't know what day of the week it was. He didn't know what year it was. I'm not sure he had on pants. So,
well,
anyway, that was a pretty.
Guy's almost done.
I found a couple more Bad Preacher segments
days or something
that maybe we can pull in at a later date, but I think for today that one is probably enough.
A history left forgotten, a history left unpunished. Miles and miles of white capri can't make up for that shame. These cotton rules are death-like. They came about through fire.
All right, we are back with our passage for this evening. And this passage comes from Vernon Law. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first and the lesson after. One more time. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first and the lesson after.
Yeah, that's good. I never heard of this man before, and saw the quote and thought we're talking about some deep thinker, philosopher of some kind, so maybe a university professor or author. He was a former baseball pitcher, 16 seasons in the major leagues for the Pittsburgh Pirates. This was a long time ago, 1950s. He threw right-handed, was listed 6'2", 195. He's still alive. He's still with us. He's born in 1930. I think he's 94 years old now.
Wow.
Cool nickname. Nicknamed Deacon.
That is cool.
That is a cool nickname.
Deacon Law. That's good. But Vern Law. Deacon Law.
Looking over your shoulder here. So he played for how many years? 16. But there was a gap in there, 50 to 51 and 54 to 67, and he was in the military. I figured that's probably.
Was he in Korea?
I would think that's Korea, right? I would guess
he must have been.
Yeah,
that would have been Korea,
and that's some of that experience he's talking about.
Yeah,
he was a Mormon. Law was made a deacon in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints at the age of 12.
Well,
became a teacher 2 years later and was ordained a priest at 17. That's where that nickname came from, evidently.
They stuck with deacon rather than calling him priest Law.
I guess so. It kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Deacon sounds a little
If I
better.
had to pick a nickname, Deacon definitely tops priest is the nickname. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking then about experience this evening. So, there's a lot of truth in this one. This sounds like something that maybe a baseball player would tell you, right? Maybe Vern learned some lessons as he turned around and saw the ball flying.
I was going to say, you think he hung a couple curveballs to some good hitters, and he was like, the lesson of this is let's not leave this curveball spinning over the plate next time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we break her off on the corner.
That does make some sense, though. I mean, we think about tests as being where you study for it and you get prepped for it, and he's turning all that upside down and saying the test is in the experience, and then looking back on the experience, that's where you can gain some lesson or the moral of the experience, I guess. And so I don't guess I've ever really thought, I've experienced that, I've lived that, but I don't think I've ever thought of it that way as you're getting the lesson after the test. So that's a unique way of thinking about it.
Life as tests. And this has been on my mind lately. This is a timely quotation because I'm putting together the spring series here at Asheville Road. We have different speakers on Wednesday nights in the spring quarter. And our theme this year is tests of the Bible.
Oh, I like that.
And if you think about it, there are a lot of examples. One of my favorite is Abraham on Mount Moriah, told to offer his only son Isaac. He didn't know what was going on there. He didn't get the lesson till after it was over. And there's a lot of those to look at. Peter coming out to walk on the water to Jesus. His faith was tested, or it was a test of doubt. And I really enjoyed putting this together. I came up with 18 or 20 different lessons. We'll only be able to use 11 or 12 of those. But I'm really excited about that quarter because life is full of tests. And if you don't look at your suffering that way, you'll conclude wrongly that life is senseless and purposeless and there is no God. Or if there's a God, he's mean-spirited and has it out for you. If you look at your suffering that you don't understand in particular as a test, then at least you have the thought going through it that at the end of this, I'm going to walk away with something. I'm going to learn something here. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be more steadfast. I don't want to lose whatever I'm losing. I don't want to suffer whatever I'm suffering, but I don't have a choice. I'm going through it, and God can use this in the testing to make me better. That's a great attitude. And at the end of it, the person who's gone through tests and gotten the lessons afterwards, he has experience, or biblical word for that, I think, is wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew's doing a Wednesday night class right now for us, talking about the dangers of social media. And so every week we're talking about some different aspect of things. And tonight we were talking about, at least in some part of it, like the way that we communicate with people in a world of social media. And I think this really applies whether it's in social media or whether it's face to face. You mentioned something about that, the whole idea that when we have an opportunity to communicate with others, are you trying to encourage them, add something to their lives, enhance them in some way? You talked about humility, and the reason I bring that up is because in some way our interactions with everybody that we come in contact with is a test of some form, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of different kinds of tests that you deal with there. Sometimes it's, hey, somebody's being sort of inflammatory. How are you going to react to that? That's a test. Sometimes it's somebody's opened a door for you to help them, to minister to them, to whatever it might. Did you take advantage of that? There's your test. Human interaction just gives us all kinds of tests every day with, all kinds of different people we come in contact with. So
yeah, now that you bring that up, that is the most common test. It's human interaction. Humans are complicated creatures, and you never know what's coming. And you can get really hurt by them, or puzzled by them, challenged by them. I would have never thought of that, but you're right. Human interaction is probably the most common and challenging test that we have.
But I think that's why it's important to always, when you've had, it can be a negative experience, it can be a really positive experience, to look back in retrospect at it, because only through a retrospective place of seeing it, that perspective, can you sometimes glean that little bit of wisdom or that little bit of experience that you can use later on when you're faced by other experiences.
Right.
And
where's that lesson now? Right.
So often, I think when we have a bad experience, especially a bad experience, we're really quick to get down. We're really quick to just try to solve it and fix it and then move on. But we don't take the time to really look back and dwell on, okay, what can I learn from this to prevent me from doing things similar to this? Or what can I learn to help other people through this? And sometimes it's just a matter of taking a pause and thinking, okay, I've had this negative experience. Let me think. I think about a bad experience is Jonah ended up in the belly of a well. He's got 3 days in the well to think about what's going on. I bet he learned some pretty valuable lessons about what he was doing. Of course, then at the end of the book, he's still mad that the city is being essentially revived.
Yeah. Those lessons don't always take.
They don't always take, but he had some time. And I think that's why God left him in there for a while, was so that he had to sit there and think about his decisions and his experience and hopefully gain some understanding from it. And sometimes that understanding is just humility. It just comes through some humility. Sometimes it just comes through just being able to reflect on kind of that whole experience and what you learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
You think about, sometimes when, when we have some of the moments that are not our best, right? And
I don't know anything about those.
Situation just sort of, you have an argument, it gets, just out of control, right? You ever had those arguments and, you say something, the other person says something, you're like, what are we even arguing about now, right? It just gets all weird and out of hand. And you think, you turn, those are the ones that I guess, because you step away from them, you're like, what just happened, mm-hmm. right? And those are the ones that you do go back and sort of do a postmortem on them and, try to figure out just what happened once you're through being hurt or angry or whatever it is, coming out of an argument. But, experience comes in more mundane ways than that too. So we need to learn from those kind of situations and hopefully not have a lot of repeat of them. But, our everyday, I'll go back one more time to sort of the social media stuff, because I'm thinking about it because Drew talked about it tonight. One of the things we didn't get into all that much is just the ability of people just to argue on social media, right?
Endlessly.
And just the desire to engage, right? So, somebody says something that's, just outlandish or inflammatory or whatever it might be, just hoping to start something, and the willingness of the masses to jump on that. If you need an example of that and you happen to be a user of social media, you can type in the search, what's happening in whatever city of the world you want to talk about.
Your community. Yeah.
And they'll be like, went to Walmart tonight and X happened. And then it'll just be
like opening Pandora's box.
Right. Or what, I'll just make things up. The middle bun of my Big Mac was missing, and then, it'll devolve into the shake machine never works at McDonald's.
That's a low carb Big Mac.
right? So
take that middle bun out. You got your low carb option.
At least you got the outer bun still.
Yeah.
So
those pages. We've got a good one here in Leeds.
Yeah.
There's a lot
top
a lot of
post-
arguments.
Top post currently in here is someone mad that their DoorDash driver dropped their food off at the wrong house.
yeah, over the holidays, there's been an awful lot of, this box. I've either got this box that's not mine, or do you have a box that's mine?
And if you're going to gripe about that, next time, get in your car and go get your own food.
This gets back to your segment, Jason.
It's just ridiculous.
Generation Z can't do.
Or go buy something at a store.
That's right.
Anything.
It will work. Hey, I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up since you've now mentioned it a couple of times. The book Dangerous Playground, The Christian and Social Media, is available at Amazon.com. It's available at RiddleCreekPublishing.com. Excellent book. I believe there may be an update coming out soon, maybe a rewrite or an edit. He's yawning, so I'm not sure.
Who wrote that book?
It was by the great author Drew Kaiser.
That's what I thought.
And man, if we could get a copy of that in A.J. Brown's hands.
Yes.
No,
would be
please.
the best.
It is a good book.
Is this podcast just turning into
if you have young children,
shameless plugs.
if you have young children that are just picking up their first phone and getting onto social media, this would be a great book.
Let's not put our young children on social media.
No, it's a good idea not to.
Australia passed a law that
crikey,
they sure did. No social media for anybody under the age of 16.
See, I think that's a brilliant thing. Except for it should be changed to under the age of 95.
Maybe so, yeah. Yeah, that's a bold law. I doubt. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if it hangs on.
We can also see what happens on Sunday when reportedly TikTok is shutting down.
Farewell.
In the U.S.
No,
if they're banned, I think.
It's going to be removed from the stores.
Yeah.
The Apple Store, the Google Store. If you already have the app, won't there still be some activity on it?
So from what I've read,
nothing new though.
They're going to remove it from the stores. I don't know if that will remove it from your phone because it was bought from the store. But if you have it, it is not. All the news articles are very clear to say it's not illegal to use TikTok. The law is that they
can't distribute it anymore.
Yeah, American or U.S. based businesses can't do business with ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok. And then TikTok, ByteDance is basically taking their ball and going home and saying, we don't need you. We're just going to shut it down.
So probably eventually after a few iterations, then
Elon Musk will buy it.
The app wouldn't work anymore with.
Right. That's kind of, as they make updates out in the rest of the world, if you happen to still have the app, it will slowly degrade.
And
it's not going to happen.
And you'll probably be on double secret probation.
It makes too much money.
It's not illegal, but they're going to be monitoring everything you do.
Well, the Chinese are monitoring everything you do through TikTok.
Well, that's why I don't have the TikTok on my phone or anywhere else.
Yeah, Trump is pro TikTok. He credited it with a lot of his voters, and he's being inaugurated the next day. I think there's some talks behind the scenes. He's really pushing this not to happen.
It makes too much money for people.
Yeah, there's
too much
a lot of money involved.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see how that shakes out.
There'll be a lot to talk about next Wednesday. It'll be all right.
There'll be a lot to talk about.
I mean, you're joking, but that is also a news bit.
Either him or Jeff Bezos, one of those two will buy it.
Yeah. Too much money.
Well, we'll have to hang on till next week. You hear my segue? I'm going to head toward the end here.
All right.
We got a lot to talk about next week. The inauguration, this TikTok thing. I think we're not going to be short of stories. So,
your books, we'll talk about those as well.
Of course, I'm sure that'll come up a few times.
We could have a reading next week.
Oh, we could. Yeah.
I like it's too late in the day for that. Put everybody to sleep.
We should consider a box set.
Special box set.
It's be like the Narnia series.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that.
I'm going to put it down. I'm putting that down on the list of ideas.
If you haven't subscribed yet, you need to do that so that you don't miss a single episode. And tell your friends about it.
Yeah, and the last thing we'll do is next week we'll tell you how, once we turn this off and I go get my garage door opener, the impact that it has on Drew's device.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. There are a lot of updates we need to give you, so stay tuned for that. We'll let John take us out.
Follow us on Instagram at passages_podcast. And join us next time on Passages.